This here is the scene's equilibrium. This is the part of the film where everything is all happy and they're living a very quiet, peaceful life on their happy little ranch. They are still doing illegal things, but at this point in the film, everybody is happy with what they're doing and nobody is getting involved. This scene here is a typical sign for a genre film. With the mise-en-scène, it's a very dark, hidden background. Most of the characters' faces are not really clear. The man there is smoking in a public place. This is very similar to the Scarface with the dark nightclubs that were. Here is the first time the character gets into trouble. With the close-up on his face, you can see he's stressed and unaware of what's going to happen next. If you continue the scene, you see here these are causing trouble with this man, and this is the first sign of the disequilibrium. In this scene, it's more clear signs of the crime genre here with the use of weapons. In this bit here, the man pulls out a gun from his car. The mise-en-scene of with the gun and the man in his fancy suit. This would connotate in a film that there's crime, which shows the crime genre. Here's another sign of the disequilibrium with more trouble coming to the family who were once peaceful. Another close-up here is used to show his face. He has clear signs of worry and upset on his face. And then we have the next bit here, a man in a suit, which clearly shows he is important and that he is here to actually challenge the family, which is the main disequilibrium. Here is another way we clearly see the disequilibrium happening, and also another sign for the actual genre of crime. And because this character here is being threatened by this man here, is clearly a important man with his business suit, as you can see he's wearing again in most of the scenes. Another use of the facial expressions. As you can see, he's clearly threatening with the pointing at the man to show that he's in trouble. Throughout all of these scenes, there's also a clear sign of disequilibrium with the main cause being the family themselves not wanting to be taken over, with each of these threats being thrown at them, but constantly they just turn them down and try to take over again. This scene is clear for the genre of crime, with the clear codes and conventions of crime, with being blood, violence. As you can see here, as the man continues to attack him, even though he is on the ground, which is clearly shows the genre. Here in this scene, it's still clear that they have the need for the rise to the top, because after you can clearly see he's been beaten and hurt badly, but instead of going back and letting the people who are attacking him take over, they are still clearly making their way to the top, which here is the key point for the disequilibrium. This scene here is the first scene where we start to see the attempt at fixing the disequilibrium that has occurred during the film, as the two lawmen.
Tell Maggie to shut her down.
The two lawmen are actually now trying to stop the brothers from their continuous need to rise to the top, in compared to the beginning of the film where they were actually allowing them to carry on their legal business. There's another sign for the attempt at fixing the disequilibrium. This man here is attacking more family more frequently as a way to take them off of their top that they are constantly trying to rebuild. Also, this also shows the genre here with the mise-en-scene of a bar. It's quite dark, low-level lighting. It shows that it's quite a mysterious setting, which is usual for a crime genre. In this scene, how violent and bloody it is shows how extreme this scene is. What they're doing to the man shows that this is like a desperate attempt now to bring them down and to solve the disequilibrium that has happened during the film. In here, his wife, or girlfriend at the time, tells him that she's leaving him. This is her attempt to wake them up to the crimes and the trouble they're getting into, to hopefully solve the trouble that the film has caused. In here, it's quite a again, following the most of the film, a low lighting scene to show the whole mystery to the film. Also, there's a slight music in the background to show a cunning threat.
Okay.
And then this here shows another attempt to fix the disequilibrium in the film, as the lawmen are now actually laying up traps as the man comes with him to a gun to actually help take down the men who have decided to claim all authority on the place. One of the final attempts from the law to actually fix the disequilibrium in the film, as they are making a full-on assault onto the main operations of the family. This is them basically trying to finally take them from the top, which they force themselves to rise to. In this scene here, the re-equilibrium takes place, but instead of a usual everything is back to normal, they actually successfully kill the lawmen who were trying to take them down, and therefore they actually succeed in their rise to the top, therefore no longer needing to rise to power, as they actually have the power, as they finally killed the man who was taking them down. In this final scene here, the whole group is all happy again now, and all the family are back together, back in the sense of how the film originally started, when the family were one, and that is